And then I'm going to look over at Dietrich and be like, I thought smashing these rats was your thing.
Apparently, the logo keeps me from smooshing.
No smoosh.
Hello and welcome to FNKY QUEST. This is FNKY Games Online Dungeons and Dragons, holy 5th edition campaign, playing Dungeons of Drakkenheim. My name is Dan, aka Dandy Dungeon Master, aka the Big DM, and I'll be running tonight's game as Dungeon Master. And I'm joined by the rest of the FNKY roster. Gentlemen.
I'm Matt, I'm playing Farron the Monk, ASMR, and yeah, that's all I got. Not much happened until next level, folks.
I am Steven, aka Ireland, playing Bulk the Artificer. I have lots of bells for good fun time.
I am Taylor playing Diedrich Steelbelly, the Goblin Giant Barbarian.
And I am Dan, aka Eisendale, playing as Danielus, the Ranger half-elf, and I'm ready to get my dog Barkus.
We all do it for Barkus. Let's just do
Barkus.
this one for Barkus, please, gentlemen. Let's
The
make
goodest
sure that we
of
get
boys.
Barkus. If this is your first time on the channel, we are FNKY Games, avid gamers, retro and modern. We post videos a few times a week, single player playthroughs or multiplayer hijinks. Steven, round us out with the plugs.
You can go to the Funky store and get some funky merch. Funky.store. We got t-shirts there. I know you want to go out there for thick boy summers and you want to look cool and rep your gamer pride. So you go to that funky.store.
Funky.store.co. Check it out. Cool. So, gentlemen, like we did last week, I'd like to start off with a update on the kill counter, which there is no update because there was no combat last week. So, but we do have my favorite quote from the last session. So this is towards the end of the episode, yet again. That's usually when these are coming out. Farron describes the heartbreaking story of how he was separated from his sister and how he lost his family. And this exchange occurred. From Bulk. I too was taken from my family, but turtles don't interact with their families, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. Farron says, yeah, we're basically two peas in a pod. And Diedrich, my whole family was massacred by a wizard.
Just had to one-up it.
Absolutely hilarious. If you go back and watch it, his delivery is just like, oh, it's so good. So good. All right, gentlemen, are you ready to return to the dungeons?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Or I guess go there for the first time.
Yeah.
When we last left our adventurers, the party came to terms with their first exposure to the contaminated monsters of Drakkenheim before resting for the night outside of Emberwood Village. The next morning, Farron and Diedrich formed a bond around their mission to beat back the evil forming in Drakkenheim and to restore its former glory. The party resumed their journey and arrived at the village. Aaron Marlowe paid them for escorting his supplies before riding off ahead with Danielus, who remained aloof with the party. A young girl named Emma Crow from the village arrived and offered to take the others on a tour of town. Bulk paid for the tour and acquired another bell, which he affixed to his walking stick. After walking around the village and picking up some gossip from Emma, the tour ends in the center of town, where they meet up with Aaron Marlowe once again, who introduces them to his business partner, Armin Gainsbury. Aaron bought them an informational pamphlet that Armin sold on Delirium and planned to meet Armin at open mic night tonight before going on his way. Bonus points. Does anyone remember anything about that tour?
Yes.
There was
I
a
took
lot.
notes.
There's the definitely not a robot that you can box and fight, which definitely won't be tantalizing.
Indeed.
Open
indeed.
mic is only a few nights a week. I'm very interested in it.
There you go.
There was some rundown house that she also told us about.
Wasn't that my house? Oh.
No, I do remember we went to your house. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. After that interaction, two women from the nearby chapel of St. Ardena, High Flamekeeper Ophelia Reed, and the knight Sir Cassandra Wyatt appeared, delivering holy water to Armin. Diedrich and Farron went to the chapel to make a donation, where Farron discovered his long-lost sister Anya is the Flamekeeper in charge of the chapel. She became overwhelmed by the situation and ran off into solitude. Meanwhile, Danielus headed straight to his mentor, Old Guy, at the Shrine of the Old Gods, and learned that his magical pet Barkus was contaminated in an attack on the shrine while he was away. Old Guy was able to use his magic to purge his contamination, but wants Danielus to pay him back the 100 gold pieces for the materials post-haste. He goes into town to visit his mother Moira and finds the party at the Bark and Buzzard trying to secure lodging from her at that same time. Moira, who was just ecstatic that Danielus had made friends, gave them a home right next to her. Despite the fact that the two sides are essentially just trading services at this point, Danielus offered a guide in the city, and Moira waived the fee on renting the house if they help him extract delirium to sell. They'll be right in and right out in time for open mic night. Diedrich and Bulk buy excavation tools from Armin Gainsbury on their way out of the village as they set out for a good old-fashioned delirium hunt with 105 gold in their pockets, coincidentally enough. The party had a genuine heart-to-heart about their upbringings along the way, and they broed out, making their way to the outskirts of the city, traveling on the Champion's Way. Getting their first view of the ruined Drakkenheim, they stand on top of a hill overlooking the city and the valley below. And you have to wonder what's going through their minds right now. Let's find out. So, gentlemen, we ended last session with me reading that description, kind of what you're seeing at this time. This is effectively the view. Would you like me to reread that description, or do you just want to kind of go off of the picture?
I'm down
Sure,
for
you
going
can
off
reread
the
it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, no?
Yes.
I'm fine either way.
I think we're rereading.
Okay. All right. Very good. So, just after Bulk subjected Danielus to his stinky sandbox attack, the party continued on their walk. They were kind of climbing a hill at that time. They continued on their walk and they reached the crest of a hill that looked into the valley below. This valley is filled with pine trees. They see Drakkenheim, the walled metropolis, in its ruined state. There is a high rocky hill that rises up above the city, which I'm kind of pinging, upon which perches Castle Draken. Below that fortress, there's cobblestone streets that kind of weave through the old town. And you can see a couple of prominent buildings that catch your eye. You can see the great dome of St. Vitruvio's Cathedral, standing southwest of the castle. At the heart of the city, right here, you can see the cosmological clock tower of Market Square. And then to the northwest there is the inscrutable tower of the Amethyst Academy. You can see that it is broken in half, and yet the top is still suspended in space there. And then through the middle of the city, you kind of can't get a great look at it, but you can kind of see there in the middle, there's a big river that kind of cuts the city in half. And of course, you can see the city walls bordering it around. So basically, there's kind of three areas. There's the castle, there's the inner walls, which is pretty much all of this area, and then outside the walls, which would be considered the outer city. So all throughout, you can see the octarine colored, which is like that purple green aurora borealis color, haze and mist kind of covering over the city, but also weaving down amongst the buildings and the streets. And of course, you can see the massive site where the crater impacted. To note, this particular image kind of gives it a much more tight look. But there are, like, the outer city goes on for miles, and inside the city walls is miles as well. So it looks kind of small here, but it is quite large. So at that point, the party stands kind of over top of the hill.
I'm going for a trip.
No one's even started walking, so
And also on who?
I'm gonna do that thing where you like push on the back of someone's knee with my walking stick.
okay. How about an actual conversation?
I want to pull Farron aside.
Holy shit!
You start with the pull aside.
Start it off.
Okay.
Segue.
No. All right, Danielus, what do you got?
Okay, guys, I think we need to head down close to the crater so we have the best chance at finding those items.
Delirium.
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 Danielus forgot.
Delirium crystals.
Unobtainium.
Yes, the delirium. We need that. So I think our best bet would be to go near the crater. I travel this many a times.
You've been in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's kind of my pastime to kind of wander around and get as close to the city as I can.
Well, let's get walking.
All right, we'll have you take lead.
So, Daniels, you would know that the crater site is probably the most dangerous part of the city.
But that's
But
we gotta
probably
we gotta
where the
move fast.
delirium is. We gotta fight our way through there.
The craters look
Um,
mighty dangerous. What if we just stayed to the outskirts, see what we can find there?
We might be able to find some fragments, or maybe some creatures who we could destroy and maybe find a fragment within.
Okay, well, we gotta find one fast, because my guy will only hold Barkus for one more night. So
Well,
let's get going.
I don't think he's gonna like destroy your
Yeah,
animal
is he
or get
gonna-
rid of him. I think he just
They
wants.
said he'll put him down.
Like the
Well,
dog
hopefully
he
he's
is.
just like joking, Well, right?
Well, let's not wait to find out.
On the
okay,
way.
cool. So, I mean, presumably you all have traveled far and wide and risked yourselves, risked life and limb to kind of reach Drakkenheim. And as you get your first look of it, I mean, is there anything your eyes are drawn to, or?
The castle.
It does. It
Dietrich
does
wants
seem
to
like
go
there's
storm the castle.
I want to go to that tower.
Aaron's eyes
near
would
the
be
crater.
covered
There
in
does seem
cathedral.
some houses near the crater we could loot if there's anything left.
True.
Where's the mines? We need in the delirium. Where is it?
Well, we may also need to find a way to get within the city walls.
So we're looking for a big hole in the wall? The Great Wall?
It's either that.
I know how to
or-
get into the city.
Okay, so where are we
Go out.
going?
If
Lead
we
the
go
way.
Either way.
If we go to the left, we could kind of meander through to get to the city. Right?
Okay.
Are you asking me? Okay, so let me
Yes.
let me distill a little bit of the information that Danielus knows. Because Danielus is an experienced traveler of the city. So there's the magical haze. There are pockets within the city. You can kind of even see them represented on the map. Actually, not really very well, but in either case, there are areas of the city that are covered in something referred to as the deep haze. Whereas in a normal haze, you can just kind of walk through it and like your vision is slightly obscured, but you're gonna be okay. In areas of the deep haze, you're suffering heavy contamination like pretty much every like 10 minutes or so. So areas that have deep haze are like the crater. That's that's the main one. It's so bad that Daniels has not been anywhere near an area of deep haze. Like it's too extreme. That being said, Daniels also knows that there are monsters that literally guard the city walls. And there are creatures that are kind of at each of the gates. So there's really no easy way to get into the inner city. That's kind of one of the things you guys will be discovering is how to get into the inner city. So most journeys, especially with rookie adventurers like yourselves, Daniels would just lead you into the outer city ruins where he knows that you can get delirium.
All right,
Right.
so
As I
let's
said,
let's go to the outer city, see what we can find, and hopefully get out in one piece.
okay, let's make it fast and no tripping each other.
I'm going for the trip
Bulk.
in response.
I feel like Farron by now knows to keep like a wide berth from bulk when walking. Oh,
Dude. Okay.
Oof.
Cresting the top of the hill, they start to descend into the ruins.
Should we try to go about this stealthily, or is speed more of the issue? If we're hasty, we may draw unwanted attention, but if we're trying to get the jump on people, we may move slow.
I think stealth is the best option.
Indeed. Okay, well, I'll move on. So, descending that last hill. So like I said, at the top of the hill, you could kind of see that Drakkenheim lies in a valley of sorts, kind of like a bowl-shaped valley, and it has hills that kind of rise up along all side of it. So as you go down your hill, just heading straight for the desolate ruins, you pass the bloated corpse of a long dead horse. It has a large gash cut into its side, and you can see that the blood has long dried onto the ground. Danielus knows this as the kind of unofficial mascot of Drakkenheim. It's a tradition amongst adventurers to kick the horse on their way into the city. Kind of a macabre sort of a thing, and he does so.
Diedrich refuses.
I'll kick a dead horse.
Diedrich, it's considered an insult to not kick the horse.
All right. If you insist, I'll kick the damn horse.
A little bit of luck never hurt anyone.
Oh, I just noticed that there is the boy.
Hello. I loot the body.
Of the dead horse?
Okay, found dead horse. Okay.
Bulk, while you were daydreaming, I explained to them that you're supposed to kick the dead horse as a tribute as you pass by.
Oh, I beat the dead horse.
Whack!
Yeah, give it a whack.
Okay, he does so. So,
Alright, so now that we're in the town, everyone keep your eyes out.
Can I do a perception check?
so no one's curious about why the horse has just like.
Yeah, no,
I
it was. I
Like,
thought-
if this has been a long
Please.
tradition of this horse being dead here for many adventurers, I'm like, it surely has to be dead.
I was questioning it until Danielus told me off, and
The
I was like, "Fuck it,
unobtainium
whatever."
has frozen the horse corpse.
The unobtainium?
Delirium. He
The
can't
delirium
remember
has-
delirium, but he can remember unobtainium.
Oh, it's delirium. Can I do like
Yes, the delirium has frozen the horse corpse.
Can I investigate the horse
No, I
corpse?
don't know.
Certainly. I mean, so you kind of kneel down in front of the horse, and I mean, the horse is obviously dead. Like, there's no question about that.
Right.
But as you kind of look inside of that wound, you can see that the organs are still intact. Like all the blood has kind of oozed out of it, but the organs, I mean, they look a little shriveled, but other than
So
that,
it's like
I mean,
suspended?
everything is...
Bulk, do you have a jar to put the organs in? Should we dissect it?
Maybe be careful with touching it. You saw what happened with the last one.
I use my tongs and just go in there.
So Daniels, you would be able to explain that corpses, ever since the haze, corpses don't rot in Drakkenheim. Any bodies that die within the haze, like they're either eaten by some kind of creature or they reanimate into
Okay, so it's not delirium like embedded in there causing that. It's just normal.
Probably the haze.
The haze. Okay. Okay. And whacking the
Well-
horse didn't do anything.
No, you just beat a dead horse.
Okay, good.
Just made a nasty sound, and that's it.
He just gonna walk and try to find
Okay.
some delirium. Like,
Okay, guys,
Okay,
we should
okay.
keep going.
Should we check in the houses, or are we just walking through the streets?
So, okay. So the party sets off once again. Their final landmark passed. You officially begin making your way into Drakkenheim. For perhaps not the first time personally, but the first time together as a party. So the rolling countryside kind of gives way to crumbling buildings and twisting streets that are. So you're still kind of on Champion's Way, which is a fully paved road. This is one of the main roads into Drakkenheim. But it's kind of it's clearly in disrepair. It's just filled with mud. And as you walk through, you can see the edge of where the haze kind of reaches out from the city into the valley. So you can't, it clouds your vision kind of as you get to the same level as the haze. It's pretty much right in front of you at this point. It appears just as a normal mist, you know, but much more thick, and it glows with an octarine tint, so kind of that purpley green color. The towering walls of the city you saw from your higher vantage point completely gone. So now you're pretty much restricted to, 200-ish feet of vision. So as you stand before the haze, what will you do?
So there's like nothing we can like really investigate. It's just like hazy landscape with a wall on our side.
Yeah,
Okay, like
just haze.
I want to check that wall. Can I like look
What
at
wall?
it? The wall entrance thing. Is there a big wall that we're adjacent to? No.
No. You're
Okay.
you're thinking of the inner city walls.
Oh.
So all you've done is gone down this hill, and then like some farmhouses, some buildings like that have appeared that you're kind of walking through. So you are well out into the outskirts of the city. This is like your lower class neighborhood type of area.
Are there people here? Can we smell them?
It is completely lifeless. The only thing you can hear is the jingling of bulk spells.
I would
Oh.
suggest we cover up our mouths and noses as best we can and move fast.
I'm gonna take the sash off of my waist and kind of wrap it around my face like a respirator.
I'm gonna ignore all that and ask Farron, what was your brother's name again? You failed to mention it.
Oh God! Right.
Yeah,
my
pull up
brother.
the fucking
Let me pull.
backstory.
Of course, I would never forget a family member's name. Of course. not.
Of course not.
Let me. It was Maxie, which was presumed dead. Last I saw, he was with my father.
Yeah,
when
he's
they were in the
probably
city.
dead. Wait, what was your father's name?
Conrad. And my mom, in case you're asking, was Fiona. And
Alright.
you all met Anya in the city.
Yeah, we met Anya. I was just making sure that
Okay,
my
so you guys just reached the haze, and you said something
And
about family
this
tree.
is the time. Yep.
Yeah, Barkus is in trouble.
We gotta
Come on,
go.
guys. We gotta keep
I
moving.
know. As we're just like, so about your mom.
what about your dad? What's your dad's name?
Exactly. Any other family extended?
Tell me about your mother-in-law.
What was your favorite holiday growing up?
Do
Okay.
you enjoy Christmas? I love Christmas.
That's like the dog just laying on a bed struggling to breathe.
Fighting for
Well,
his life.
he here at Barkus. It's just we got to pay him for it.
Nice.
or else he's gonna
Progressively
inject it with
sitting and putting
delirium.
more weight on Barkus.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So
let's-
we kind of like put our masks up and keep going.
That's what it certainly sounds like.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. Very well. Okay, so at this point, guys, I'm gonna kind of take us to a example city street. And this is I'm gonna have you guys kind of dictate your walking order and kind of your pace and your behavior. So how are you guys walking through the city? So if
I'm
you
leading
could
the
if you could place yourself kind of within this intersection here, just so I can kind of get a sense of how you guys are walking.
Yeah.
I had to find myself.
And please like talk it out amongst yourselves.
Um,
I feel like I should be leading the
in character.
pack.
Can I
Like
start
in-
nosing
Um,
some of these buildings?
Danielus, I would
we are
look
gonna
at that.
lose
suggest.
bulk so fast.
Hold on.
Ye-
Hold
Hold
on.
up.
So yeah, one at a time, and in character, discuss your plan for how you're gonna do this.
Danielus,
Okay,
I
guys.
suggest you direction us from the back of the pack.
From the back of the pack, I think I should be in
you've
charge.
you've got like
Fine.
bow and arrows and stuff. You've got some long.
That's very
range
true.
attacks.
I'll sit back a little bit. Bulk, you stay behind me and keep an eye on our back.
He does fight
I am
better.
watching the back, the rear, the behind.
Danielus does fight better with his bow, but he does know these streets better. I feel like he also might have the best seeing eyes. So maybe we'll put him just in the middle.
I'll stand behind Diedrich. He's short enough. I can look over him.
Good point.
And one thing just to jump in really quick. So really try to kind of imagine the three-dimensional space. Like there are buildings. So you're walking through, effectively a lower class city neighborhood. So there's streets, there's alleys, there's buildings. Are you guys like just walking? Like, are you just gonna stay on this main road, or are you gonna like dip off to the side? That kind of a deal.
I think
why
we
don't-
should be shuttling through the alleyways and keeping a low profile, so we might have to go single file to get through these areas.
Should we try to get to the well, like the center of this neighborhood, and see if we can see anything from the middle, and then we can decide.
True.
I agree with that.
Otherwise, we can do these small alleyways. It just if someone gets to jump on us, it's gonna be hard to fight back.
There's no delirium here.
You smelt it.
Do I smell delirium?
Oh, what do you
Uh,
think, Danielus? You know this area best. How would you suggest?
And I say let's keep trudging forward. Farron, you've got our side, Diedrich in front, me in the middle with Bulk behind.
All right, I'll keep to the side.
Let's go.
Okay.
Watch
And then are
the
you guys? No, just kind of stay in that box, please.
No, I will
I
not
want to
be held in
know
a
the
box.
position you guys are walking. Okay, so you're walking just like this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so, and are you guys kind of like moving fast? Are you moving like
We're truffling that shuffle.
are you just?
Yeah.
Are you guys?
My
going down,
sense of
like, alleys and
urgency is
stuff?
keeping us going. We're going at a steady pace. We're not slowing down.
Okay.
I've kind
So
of
kinda
given
like
up on the
rabbit-
sense of stealth, with all the bells.
Yeah.
That would be my point. Are you trying to be stealthy with the ringing bells?
I
No. Okay.
don't
Sounds like
feel
no.
like it'll work too much in our favor. Just slowing us down.
Okay, very good. So our party sets out. Walking through the tattered rubble of the outer city, the smell of ozone fills the cold air. Traveling down the decrepit thoroughfares of Drakkenheim, you pass several buildings which have just completely collapsed into rubble. Those which still stand are teetering upon the brink of ruin. A rare few are undamaged, but still bear very obvious signs of disuse and exposure. There's broken windows, broken doors, all that. Walking along a cobblestone street littered with abandoned refuse, broken wagons, litter, and an occasional blood stain or scattered bones. The streets are cold and deadly quiet, besides the bells, of course. So at this point, I'm going to have you guys roll me and this is through roll 20. Excuse me. Yeah, this is through roll 20. So using their dice, I would like a bulk to roll me a d6, and then the rest of you to roll me a d8.
Oh, snap.
A D what?
D8. Three. Interesting. Okay.
Did that work?
Yeah, they're all in there
Okay,
in the
good.
chat
Yeah, I
list.
see. I'm
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They were coming out. Okay, so a 3 for Farron, a 5 for Bulk, a 2 for Diedrich, and an 8 for Eisendale. Okay.
Why does mine show a frickin' 5 on my screen?
Oh, because
I see.
that's what Bulk rolled. That was a D6.
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are walking through the city. As you make your way through the abandoned tenements, you see two shapes in the distant haze. You can't quite make them out from here. You're pretty far away.
Where do we see these
What are you
shapes?
going to do?
Well, like, are they like up toward the well, or where are they?
Yeah, so they're kind of right. Well, I mean, you guys are pretty close. Let me do a
Give me a
group move here.
bloblet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of put you guys back there at the bottom.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, it's kind of up there. Just kind of consider it like this is about like 200 feet ahead of you. You really can't see very well, but you do see shapes in the distance.
Whispering to my group, do we approach or do we try to take a side path and get the jump on them?
I would say we try to
They
duck
have to
down
hold
to
your
the.
bells.
What?
I say we should try to duck down to the right to one of these alleys. What do you think, Diedrich?
I say we head straight forward. Hit him straight
I
on.
don't think that's wise.
I don't think we're gonna run into anyone fun here.
Yeah,
We
let's
could run into
go to
more
the right.
adventures. Yeah, let's. We're just looking for crystals. We're not looking for a fight.
So we
All
get
right,
So I
dip
think
down
as
this
a group,
way. Bye.
as a group, we go to the right.
Bye, bitch.
Hold on. Just stay where you are. This isn't really where you are. I'm
Oh my
just
god.
trying to say it. Okay. Yeah. So they're pretty far ahead of you. So you guys are gonna try to like duck off to a side alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's probably an alley about, I don't know, 50 feet in front of you or so. So you would kind of have to. I mean, they haven't indicated that anything sees you yet. But you can kind of like walk up and approach this alley. So you guys do that. And as you do, you can kind of make out the shapes a little bit better. You see one larger shape that kind of just looks like a mound. You know, maybe it could be a pile of some sort. And the other shape is it's clearly a humanoid figure. It's something that you can see walking. And you can't quite make anything else out, but you do hear like a silent sobbing.
Silent bobbing.
Sobbing, like
Sob.
crying.
Oh.
Can we do a perception check?
I mean, you're looking at it. That's kind of what you can
That's it.
see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
You'd have to be more descriptive in terms of what you're trying to achieve.
Farron, what do you think? Should we approach it? Should we help them out?
I am It's you know this city better than I do. I haven't been here since I was little. Have you seen an instance
I
like
think it's
this?
best.
It's
I think it's best to keep to ourselves. If someone's out here, they're probably a lost cause anyway. I don't know how much we could do
I
to
mean,
help.
I'm inclined to try to help, but this may also be a trap. They may be trying to lure people in.
I agree.
The sobbing continues, just like, and you can see the figure
Can we
kind of like moving back and forth a little bit.
Is there
Can
any
we
way for me to
shout out to
sneak
it?
up and like
If we shout
determine
out
what
to
the
it, they'll
large
know we're
figure
here.
is?
Are you okay out
Oh
there?
my god, he's yelling.
I didn't hear what Diedrich said, but say it again.
I was gonna try to stealthily sneak up and see what the larger figure was.
Sure, you can certainly try to approach. Or do you want to call out to it? That's up to you guys. You gotta
I
tell me
think
what you
that
want to do.
figuring out what the big mound is probably a better idea than just shouting. Does anyone
Okay.
disagree?
Go for it.
All you?
All right.
Okay, so Diedrich, you start. Are you kind of like? But you are doing it kind of stealthily, right? So you're trying
yes,
to like.
yeah, no,
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying not to be seen.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
All right.
$12.
12.
Okay. Oh, I actually just realized I don't have my dice. Okay, a 12. All right. So yeah, so you're kind of like slinking along the side of this building. And as you get closer, you can the shapes kind of start to take clear shape. You see a pile of corpses. It's probably about maybe about 5 or 6. You really can't tell, but you can kind of tell that they are stacked decently high.
We're gonna go around.
The other figure that you can see, the sobbing figure, it looks strange. It does look like a humanoid creature, but it looks like it has some kind of fur on it. It looks dark. It looks dark skinned, and standing at about like 4 feet tall. So it's still sobbing, and it doesn't see you. It's kind of consumed in what it's doing, but it's like dragging one of these bodies off to the side, and then it returns and it grabs another, but it still kind of stands there just sobbing, like.
I report back to the group what I've seen and say that I don't trust this. This is some malarkey. We need to go around.
Yeah, I say let's find another way around. Let's go.
Yeah, it's either a trap or they're trying to pay respects.
Yeah, it's a trap. I
None
don't.
of our business.
Yeah.
You can hear the figure sing, "Oh ho ho ho, how sad. My friends are dead. My friends."
Well,
Maybe
that
he could
changes
tell us
things.
what's ahead.
This one does seem to be able to make words. The last corrupt person we saw just had tentacles of anger.
We
It's
also
true.
we also killed him round one. So like
I mean,
there,
true.
there wasn't much time for conversation.
But I never heard a
Also, fair point.
Well, we're spending
it
a lot
could-
of time here. We got to go
Yeah,
through
what
that
would you
way.
guys like to do?
It's
Do you
either
guys want to
go.
try to? Do you guys want to try to sneak around it?
I'll go with the group. I'm fine with either way. I don't have a strong
I'm not
inclination.
incredibly sneaky.
If she needs help, we need to help her.
You gotta
I-
get that old Diedrich name out there. The steel
Yeah,
belly.
you know,
yeah, the
that's-
steel belly name.
Let's try to. We're trying to fix this city. Maybe it could start here.
Yeah, I say we go forward.
Let me and Diedrich probably take the lead. You two keep up pace or so back.
Okay.
So you guys are approaching.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, yeah.
Interesting choice. Okay, so as the party starts to approach, the you can hear the jingling of Bulk's bells, and the figure notices and turns to you. So you guys can all see this at this point. It's a furry type figure, and as you appear closer, it looks like a rat.
Oh.
Um,
Uh,
Annulus, you would understand this as a ratling, which is basically a rat type humanoid figure. It's not a human, it's a super big nasty rat. But the rat, he sees you and he says, "Oh, oh, it's please, please, can you help me? Please. My friends are all dead."
so how can we help?
Yeah.
I don't think
So
we're going to
you
be able
got-
to help them.
So it sounds like you guys have approached to approximately like about
Oh, I'm
here.
keeping my distance because I'm remembering what's his face that turned into a monster. The group said that they got attacked by rats. So
Well,
I'm
you
like,
guys did-
What happened?
Hold on,
I'm-
you guys.
What's your name? What happened to your friends?
Oh, my name is Charles. Um, my friends, the Green Cloaks, we were attacked. I was transformed into a ratling by the rat god. They came at us. They were so furious, so fast with their little claws and their sharp teeth.
Does anybody have a problem with me smushing this rat?
Hold on. What do you want? What do you want our help with?
yeah,
Oh.
how can we help?
Please, I'm trying to take bodies of my friends, and I have a wagon here, you can see. And I'm piling the bodies so I can take out. Curse the rat god!
Charles, your best bet is cleansing these bodies through the fire, since nothing will decay in the fog of this cursed town.
What did you do to piss off the rat god?
Oh, we do nothing. All they do is eat. Oh, all we do is come out and kill, and they keep eat.
So why come out here if they're going to do the
Please.
same thing?
Please, just come help me and pull these bodies, please.
Do you have any delirium as payment?
What delirium?
You don't have anything to pay us for our services?
Oh, please, it's the bodies. I just need them moved about 10 feet. Please help me.
Can I try to see if
Why?
he's lying?
What does?
Sure. Make an
like-
insight check.
He's being fishy to me. 14.
A 14 is enough to know that this rat is acting extremely
Sus. You big sussy.
extremely sus.
And I smush him with a hammer.
Hulk, I'm more inclined on your position right now.
Blast? Do you want me to
Yes, you do.
blast?
Sir, hold on, guys. I got this. Sir, I don't think we can help you. We have our own goals today, so good luck with your corpses.
Why?
Mm. He says, "Fine." And then he rips off his cloak and he yells, "Attack!"
Oh, that bitch.
Roll for initiative.
Oh,
All of us?
Why?
Yeah, all is.
I definitely rolled intelligence, not initiative.
Oops.
Dang, big rolls. Big daddy rolls.
Right.
Did you roll up?
Where do you find
Okay.
initiative? Oh, there it is.
Wham, wham, wham.
Just a few moments while I get everything together here. Okay, cool. Let's get those Initiatives. Farron, what you got?
Baron's at 18.
18?
Yep.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
22.
22. Big Danielus.
Bless.
Trying to get onto the board. I like
Gang, gang.
Give the Danielus
Okay.
blast.
the Danielus blast.
Use your big
Okay.
move.
So as the rat throws his cloak, he bares his claws, and you can see that there are more rats appearing onto the scene.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Kind of.
So do
back
I
here.
start this off?
This guy comes out of the sewer. Yes, you do start it off. What would you like to do?
I would like to start this off with a spell, Entangle.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So for you guys that don't know, it's like grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground from a 20-foot square starting from a point. Do I read all this?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. So I would like to use Ensnare.
Okay,
Or
you
Entangle.
cast the spell, and I have to make strength saving throws. So where are you casting this? This is a 20-foot square.
Like, I guess, is it a line in front of me?
It's a point that you choose within
It's a
the range
square.
listed in the spell. So you have
So-
up to 90 feet. So if you want to catch all 4 of these guys that you can see,
Yeah.
you can't. Actually. Oh no, you can't quite catch them all, but you can certainly catch these 3.
Okay. I'd
You
like
can
to do
definitely
that.
catch them all.
No, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's
If-
gonna miss
if he-
either the one on the top or the one on the bottom.
If he places it right next to the right here, I can't like.
Okay. I'm gonna have you fall back. There's no I mean, unless I'm counting a 20-foot square correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. That's
It's
what the
just a-
square looks like.
Just a 4x4. You only can get, I think you only can get 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna make strength saving throws for 3 rats. That's 1 success, and it's a 13, right? That's a fail, and that's a fail. Okay, so these 2 rats, kind of in that building, are restrained by your
Okay.
spell. Is there anything else that you're going to do at this point?
Can I also fire an arrow or no?
You cannot. So that spell constituted your action. So that's the only thing that you can do on this turn.
Then that is it for me.
Are you going to move? Do you have any bonus actions, that kind of a deal? I don't think you have any bonus actions.
No,
but
I
you
could
can
take a
certainly move.
step back, I guess, to get my arrows ready.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, cool. Next up are the ratlings. So we have all 4 of these guys here. Okay, so these 2 rats are going to try to break out of the restraint, which I believe they can do. Yeah, they're going to try again. And that's a fail. Natural 1. And that's a success. Okay, so this rat manages to free himself. And he's just going to move right up to Diedrich. He can't do anything because he used his action to attack. But these 2 rats, one of them's going to run to Bulk, and one of them's going to run to Farron, and they're going to make some attacks at you. So Farron, I get a 10 to hit you, which is a miss.
Nope.
And Bulk, I get a 19 to hit you.
That do be
Against
hurting.
your armor class.
Armor class.
What's your armor class?
17.
17. Okay, that's a hit. So you take 4 piercing damage. on that one.
Tell me how piercing damage works.
It's just 4 damage. Yep. Okay. And that's all that they can do. So we go to Farron.
All right. I'm going to look at the rat in front of me. I'm gonna pull out the quarterstaff and with one hand make an attack.
Okay, do it to it.
See if it hits. 17.
17 hits.
It's gonna do the 6th one because I did it one-handed, so 10 damage.
10 damage. That is a kill. You destroy the rat in front of you.
Nice. Bonus action. I'm gonna punch the rat diagonal. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna punch the rat diagonally.
Okay, do it to it.
Let's see, unarmed strike.
Jesus.
That is a hit.
Punch. 8 damage.
8 damage. That destroys the second ratling.
Punch.
Big puncher from Farron.
Farron
So...
And then I'm gonna look over at Diedrich, be like, "I thought smashing these rats was your thing."
Apparently, the logo keeps me from smooshing.
No smoosh.
So these ratlings, they run out at you. The one kind of bursts out of the entanglement of thorns that Danielus laid down. The other 3 rush forward to attack, and Farron just swiftly beats them off with his quarterstaff and with his palm. Bulk, it is now your turn.
Stinky sand.
Okay, you're gonna use your stinky sand. Okay. So for this, you can just use the +6 from your Ray of Frost. Just use that as an attack, because it's basically just going to be an attack plus your spellcasting modifier.
Damn.
23.
plus your proficiency. Okay, 23. So you throw sand into this rat's face. I assume the one next to
Yes.
Diedrich.
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw sand into this rat's face, and he is he kind of go and he starts kind of rubbing at his face, but he deals no damage.
He doesn't get the smell.
Yeah, and I mean nothing happens. You just threw sand in his face, and he can't see. He's blinded, but he's fine for now.
Okay.
Otherwise. Okay. That takes us to. And then Diedrich, you'll be the next player up currently. So that rat is restrained. You can see from around the corner, some more rats have responded to the call. And they are going to move. This guy is going to scooch up behind Danielus. And these 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like they can both kind of make it up to Farron. So here's the attack against Danielus. And that's a big old miss. So Farron, they're going to launch attacks at you.
Alright.
I did forget that these rats have pack tactics, so they will have advantage on their attack. So here comes the first hit. Whoops. And of course I drop it. It does a 17 hit.
It hits.
It hits. Okay, that's 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack, that is a big old miss. Okay, so just that
Nice.
4 piercing damage there. Okay, and they're going to launch up there. Oh, I did have one more rat, actually. Never forget your rats, boys and girls. So there was a rat who was hiding in the corpses, ready to attack you. And this rat is also going to run straight ahead to Farron, because that's just who he can see.
Man.
And he can see his
Old
brothers.
Farron.
He can see his brothers attacking Farron, so he kind of bursts out of the corpses, launches forward to attack with a 16.
No.
Okay. All right, so the rat kind of just like bursts out of the corpses, and he kind of just jumps out and tries to bite at you, but you swiftly dodge. Diedrich, that takes us to your turn.
All right, I'm gonna back off, go next to Danielus, and then go into a
So-
rage.
So from where you were at, so anytime that I'm just going to put you back here for now, just to illustrate the point.
It's
Oh, right there. Okay, got you. So anytime you are within a opponent's reach, and this applies to them as to you as well. Anytime an enemy tries to leave your reach, that triggers what's called an opportunity attack. It's a reaction.
yeah.
So
You're right.
basically, so you will take an attack of opportunity if you want.
I
So
don't want to do that.
okay,
I lied.
Smash.
and what
I'm-
shall you do?
What was that?
Daedric
shall you do?
smash.
I'm gonna go into a rage, and
Okay.
then I'm going to attack using my hammer.
Do it to it.
Marcus.
Okay,
That is a big
that's
ol' hit.
That's a 21. And I'm
Yes,
attacking
indeed.
the rat bee.
The one right next to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You so as you bring what happens as you absolutely just destroy this fucking rat?
Well, is that the damage, or is that just a hit?
I mean, there's literally no way for you to not kill this rat actually, with
Okay.
the amount of damage you can do.
I
Because you're
bring-
2d6 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can roll it if you want to, but there's no way you can not kill this rat.
Alright,
Yeah,
that's-
you absolutely destroy.
All right, I just bring my hammer down and meet his head to his waist. Just
Okay,
kinda
vertically,
smush
you
him.
just drop
Yeah,
him like
yeah,
a
just-
skyscraper.
I make him shorter than me.
Like a sub sandwich, this rat
Yeah,
is absolutely
yeah.
collapsed. Very good.
Give him the big smoosh.
Okay. Okay. At this point. So there are 2 more rats.